Are you moving to Ashburn, Virginia, but you're not quite sure which neighborhood is right for you? Well, you're in the right spot because in this week's video, I'll be breaking down the top 5 neighborhoods that you must know about in Ashburn, Virginia. And make sure you watch this video all the way to the end because I'm giving you a bonus neighborhood that I've never covered in any of my previous Ashburn videos, and you're not gonna wanna miss it, so let's dive right into it. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor. So right off the bat, all 5 of these neighborhoods, including the bonus neighborhood at the end, are gonna have a different feel, different vibe, different price range, different features, and benefits. So since all of these neighborhoods are completely different, one of these is definitely gonna match exactly what you're looking for. So let's get it started right now with the first neighborhood on the list with Ashburn Village. So Ashburn Village is one of the largest communities in Northern Virginia, and it's Ashburn's oldest master plan community, which opened for home sales back in 1988. So in Ashburn Village, you're gonna find over 5,500 homes, including condos, townhomes, and single family homes. So without question, one of the best parts about living in Ashburn Village is gonna be the top-notch amenities like tennis courts, basketball courts, soccer fields, playgrounds for the kiddos, 4 outdoor pools, and more than 17 miles of walking trails all throughout the village. But the crown jewel amenity in Ashburn Village is the Sports Pavilion, which is a 32,000 square foot sports complex, which has an outdoor pool with lake views, indoor pool, a fully equipped gym, a brand new infrared sauna, and an indoor basketball court. But what really separates Ashburn Village from the rest of the neighborhoods on this list is the 8 lakes and ponds throughout the neighborhood. And on these lakes, you can do catch and release fishing, canoeing, and paddleboarding. But the biggest and best lake in all of Ashburn Village is gonna be at the Pavilion Lake. So I personally used to live in Ashburn Village for about 5 years. And on the Pavilion Lake, there's a 1.5 mile trail that goes all around the lake. And weather permitting, I would walk this trail almost every single day. It takes about 30 minutes to walk the whole trail. But while you're walking the trail, you're gonna see turtles, fish, other wildlife. You see people walking their dogs, kids running around. It's just a fantastic walk overall. And then right in the middle of the neighborhood is gonna be your shopping center with Ashburn Village Center, which is gonna have a gas station, grocery store, and some restaurants. Now this is definitely not the best shopping plaza in all of Ashburn, but at least for your day-to-day essentials, they're gonna be right in your backyard. But if you want more shopping and restaurant options, well, you're not gonna be far at all when you live in Ashburn Village. In fact, within 3 miles of Ashburn Village is gonna be 7 other grocery stores, over 30 plus restaurants, and downtown Loudoun, which we're gonna talk more about later on in this video. So let's dive into the home prices, and we'll start off with condos. So there's gonna be one condo community in Ashburn Village called Lakeshore. And a 2-bedroom condo at Lakeshore is gonna start off at $375,000, and they go all the way up to $415,000. But the best part about Lakeshore is right on the Pavilion Lake. So literally you walk in your back balcony and you have a stunning view of the lake. And then townhomes are gonna start off in the low 500,000s, which is a great entry price point for first-time home buyers. And they go all the way up to $750,000. And this will get you 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2-car garage, 2,800 square feet, and it might even be a lakefront townhouse as well. And then single family homes start off at $800,000 and they go all the way up to $1.3 million. However, the majority of the single family homes sell in that $950,000 to $1,050,000 price range, which actually makes Ashburn Village the most affordable neighborhood in all of Ashburn. Now, the biggest con with Ashburn Village is gonna be older homes, especially compared to the rest of Ashburn, as most of the homes in Ashburn Village were built in the 90s. So if you're looking for a single family home that was built in like 2015, well then Ashburn Village may not be a great fit for you. But overall, I believe Ashburn Village is probably the best value neighborhood in all of Loudoun County. Now, the next neighborhood on the list is gonna be Belmont Country Club. So Belmont Country Club is a premier residential gated and golf course community with over 2,100 homes, with the majority of those being townhomes and single family homes. And this is gonna be the only gated community you'll find here in Ashburn, and they guard this neighborhood very well. It's even hard for me to get in. So one of the biggest highlights of Belmont Country Club is the picturesque Arnold Palmer 18-hole championship level golf course and the 35,000 square foot clubhouse, which has a restaurant, so you can go there for dinner and drinks, or you can host events there as well. In fact, I got married at this clubhouse back in 2021, and it was a fantastic venue for a wedding. And then right across the street from Belmont Country Club is Belmont Chase Plaza, and this is a great plaza. First, you have a Whole Foods. Who doesn't want to live right next to a Whole Foods? Then you got restaurants like Cava, Chipotle, and Cooper's Hawk, which is a winery slash restaurant. It's a great place to go for date nights. In fact, my wife and I go to Cooper's Hawk literally all the time for date nights. Now let's look at the home prices. So townhomes in Belmont Country Club start off in the low 700,000s and they go all the way up to $925,000. And you're gonna find a lot of different style townhomes in Belmont Country Club, but hands down, the most popular is gonna be the Rose style townhouse. And the reason why these townhomes are so popular is because the layout really gives it that single family feel compared to the traditional townhomes. And then single family homes are gonna start off at $1.1 million and they go all the way up to $2.5 million. Now that $2.5 million house, that's gonna get you a pool, golf course views, over 6,000 square feet, and all the bells and whistles. Now speaking of golf course view, a lot of homes in Belmont Country Club offer a golf course view, which is absolutely stunning. However, those homes are gonna come at a premium. Now, without question, the biggest con of living in Belmont Country Club is high monthly dues. So when you live in Belmont Country Club, you have to pay both an HOA and a social membership due. And that total comes out to $447 per month. Now you're probably thinking, David, that's a lot of money. What do I get for it? Well, first, you actually get full lawn service. How cool is that? You get common ground maintenance, cable and internet, trash and recycling, plus the safety of living in a gated community. But you also get access to the resort style amenities like the community rec center with pools, tennis courts, basketball courts, fitness center. Then you got walking trails all throughout the neighborhood. You even get access to the clubhouse. Really the only thing that social membership does not cover is golf. So yes, the monthly dues are extremely high, one of the highest in all of Ashburn, but at least you do get a lot of value back in return. Now, as much as I love making YouTube videos about living right here in Northern Virginia, what I love even more is helping folks just like you relocate to the area. So if you're even thinking about moving to Northern Virginia, reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Just know I got your back when you move into Northern Virginia. Now, the next neighborhood on the list is gonna be One Loudoun. So One Loudoun is gonna be the downtown of Ashburn and is a lifestyle mixed-use community that features shops, restaurants, corporate offices, entertainment options, and you're gonna find beautiful modern homes, which include luxury 2-level condos, luxury townhomes with rooftop terraces, and modern design single-family homes. But the highlight of One Loudoun is gonna be downtown One Loudoun, which is the town center. We're gonna find some great restaurants, including Eddie Merlot's, which is a fine dining steakhouse, and Uncle Julio's, which is a great spot for fajitas and margaritas. And now that I'm thinking about margaritas and fajitas, I literally may have to go there right after I'm done filming this video. You can also go watch a movie with a nice beer in your hand at the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema, or you can grab an oversized sundae at the Yard. And then the greatest grocery store in the history of mankind, Trader Joe's, is also right in One Loudoun as well. So they're currently working on the newest phase of One Loudoun, which is gonna add more restaurants, shops, retail, office buildings, and a lot more. And then summer times in One Loudoun are absolutely awesome. There's a ton of activities for everybody. First, they have a lot of family-friendly concerts. They'll also have outdoor Zumba classes, which my wife absolutely loves. And then you have the water sprinklers, which the kiddos go absolutely crazy for. Also, every summer, you have the carnival, and any ride you can possibly imagine is gonna be at the carnival. So whether you're looking for a happy hour spot, a date night spot, family-friendly activities, you're gonna find all of those and a lot more in downtown One Loudoun. Now let's talk about the amenities of One Loudoun. So One Loudoun is going to feature over 100 acres of parks and trails, with the highlight being Central Park. So I personally live in One Loudoun with my wife and 2-year-old toddler, and weather permitting, especially during the summertime, every single day we walk through Central Park. It's a very peaceful walk, a lot of trees surrounding you, some ponds. You see people walking their dogs, kids running around, just a very peaceful environment overall. Then you have the club at One Loudoun, which is a 3-level, 17,000 square foot complex, which has an indoor basketball court, dining hall, yoga studio, fitness center, plus an outdoor pool. So One Loudoun is definitely a much newer area, as the majority of the homes were built between 2009 and 2018. So let's check out the home prices. So One Loudoun is gonna feature luxury condos, and they're gonna start off in the mid 500,000s, and they can get as high as $700,000. And the most popular style condo you're gonna find is the 2/2 townhouse style condo. And those can get up to 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,500 square feet, open floor plans, and a massive rooftop terrace. So townhomes are gonna start off in the low 800,000s and they go all the way up to $2 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, a $2 million townhouse, which makes these the most expensive townhomes in all of Ashburn. And these townhomes are gonna get up to 5 bedrooms, 5 bath, 5,000 square feet, elevators, 10-foot ceilings on all 4 levels, and the most premier high-end finishes like a gourmet kitchen with sub-zero appliances. And in single-family homes, they're gonna start off in the mid-900,000s, and they can go all the way up to over $1.3 million. Now, the biggest con of living in one Loudoun, and this pertains to single-family homes, is that most of the single-family homes have a rear entrance garage, so that gives you a 0 backyard and very small lots. Now, there's gonna be a few exceptions to the rule, but if you want a big, private backyard, and that is a must-have, then one Loudoun may not be the best fit for you. So as someone who personally lives in one Loudoun, I can 1000% recommend living here, as everything you could possibly need is gonna be right in your backyard. And as I mentioned earlier, when they finish the newest phase of one Loudoun, that's just gonna add more entertainment options, restaurants, shops, and a lot more. The next neighborhood on this list, and this is the creme de la creme neighborhood in all of Ashburn, with Willowsford. So Willowsford is an award-winning master plan community and is one of the most premier luxury neighborhoods in all of Loudoun County. It's also the largest planned community in Loudoun County at over 4,000 acres. And in fact, it's so big, half of Willowsford is in Ashburn and the other half is in Aldi. So this is how big Willowsford is. When I went there to get drone footage for this video, to drive from one end of Willowsford all the way to the other was a 6.5 mile, 12-minute drive. So Willowsford's all about the lifestyle, and you can definitely feel it with the amenities. First, you can pick up fresh produce from the community's own working farm. Then you have more than 40 miles of trails, including trails that go through the forest. And then you have multiple resort-style clubhouses with pools, fitness centers, and a lot more. You're also gonna find many activities in Willowsford, like food and wine festivals, archery classes, cooking classes, farmers market, and more. You're literally gonna never run out of things to do. Now let's talk about the homes. And the homes are absolutely stunning. In fact, they're probably the most beautiful homes you can find anywhere in Northern Virginia. So Willowsford is on the newer side, as the majority of the homes were built after the year 2015. So you're only gonna find single family homes in Willowsford, and they're gonna start off at $1.2 million, and they can get as high as $3 million, which makes Willowsford the most expensive neighborhood in all of Ashburn. And like I said, the homes in the neighborhood are absolutely stunning, one of the most beautiful areas in the whole region. And every time my wife and I drive through Willowsford, she always says this: David, we have to move here like yesterday. And I always say, babe, we're not quite there yet, but hopefully one day soon. Now, really the only con I can think of about Willowsford is you're not gonna be walking distance to things like restaurants, shops, grocery stores, or town centers. So it may not be as convenient as some of the other neighborhoods on this video. So depending on where you live in Willowsford, it's gonna be about a 5 to 10 minute drive to get to the closest town center. So yes, Willowsford is the most expensive neighborhood in Ashburn, but you get what you pay for. If it happens to be in your price range, I would highly recommend living in Willowsford. Now the next neighborhood is MetroWalk at Moorfield Station. So MetroWalk's gonna be the newest section of the suburb Moorfield Station, with the majority of the homes being built since 2021, which makes MetroWalk the newest neighborhood in this video. So at MetroWalk, you're gonna find 3 styles of homes. First, you have high-end 1-level flat condos. Then you have 2-over-2 townhouse-style condos. And then you have 4-level luxury townhomes. So townhomes are gonna start off in the mid-800,000s, and they go all the way up to $1,150,000. And these townhomes are gonna feature 4 levels, up to 4,000 square feet, with high-end finishes, plus half-covered rooftop terraces. And having a half-covered rooftop terrace, it is awesome, because a regular rooftop terrace that's not covered, you can maybe utilize it 30% of the year, but if half of it's covered, you can literally use it year-round. Then you have the brand new penthouse-style 1-level flats, and these start off at the mid-800,000s and go all the way up to $1,050,000. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, $1 million for a 1-level condo in Ashburn? What's the deal with that? Well, these condos are absolutely amazing. They feature over 2,200 square feet, a private 2-car garage, private elevator access, 10-foot ceilings, a covered rear patio, and a lot more. Then you have the luxury 2-over-2 townhouse-style condos, and they start off in the mid-500,000s, and they go all the way up to $750,000, and these can be up to 2,600 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, main level office, open floor plans, plus a massive rooftop terrace. Then you have the brand new MetroWalk Clubhouse, which features a pool and a fitness center. So one of the reasons why MetroWalk made this list, as it's a great place to live for commuters, as it's walking distance to the Ashburn Metro Station. In fact, one of my clients/friends, she lives in MetroWalk and works in Tysons, so she walks to the Metro, takes the Metro into Tyson's, takes it back, walks home, and she absolutely loves the convenience of that. And if you don't want to walk to the Metro, guess what? There's a bus stop that'll take you from MetroWalk to the Ashburn Metro Station. Another reason why MetroWalk made this list is the huge potential for growth. So right between MetroWalk and the Ashburn Metro Station is this large tract of land where there's currently proposals for a future mixed-use development that'll bring retail, offices, shopping, restaurants, and a lot more. Now, plans for a future town center have not been approved yet, but it's only a matter of time before that happens and they finally start construction. So if this land finally gets developed with a town center and more residential, with it being walking distance to the Metro Station, in 10 to 15 years, this could be the new center of all of Ashburn, overtaking one Loudoun. So without question, the biggest con to living in MetroWalk is you have much higher real estate taxes. So the standard property tax rate here in Loudoun County is 80 cents per $100 of assessed value. However, MetroWalk is in a special district because it's so close to the Metro, so that adds another 20 cents per $100 of assessed value. So to put the higher tax rate into perspective, let's say you own a townhouse in MetroWalk with an assessed value of $1 million. Well, you'll be paying $166 more per month on real estate taxes compared to another townhouse with the same assessed value that's not in the special district. So if you're looking for a newer townhouse and condo community that's walking distance to the Metro, then MetroWalk may be exactly what you're looking for. As promised, I want to give you a bonus neighborhood, and that's going to be Goose Creek Village. So Goose Creek Village is a neighborhood consisting of 650 homes with 2-over-2 townhouse-style condos, many different style of townhomes, and beautiful single-family homes, with most of the homes in the neighborhood being built between 2008 and 2016. Now, a really cool aspect about Goose Creek Village is that it's located on the highest elevation in Ashburn. As you can see in this drone video right here, it gives many homes views of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So the main reason why I had to share with you Goose Creek Village is the extremely convenient living that you find here. First of all, Goose Creek's located right next to the Dulles Greenway toll road, so it's super convenient to travel throughout the rest of the region. Then, right in the middle of the neighborhood, and walking distance for many residents, is Goose Creek Village Plaza. So this is not a good plaza, it's a fantastic plaza. First of all, for your day-to-day essentials, you have your gas station, grocery store, and pharmacy. Then you have shops and services like dental care, eye care, yoga studio, salon, jewelry shop, daycare, and a lot more. Then you got some fantastic restaurants. First, you have a burger restaurant, an Indian restaurant, a sushi restaurant, and the best Mexican restaurant in all of Loudoun County with Parandos. So my wife and I absolutely love Parandos, and we used to go there at least once or twice per month. Now, we don't go as often now since we have a 2-year-old toddler, but if you're looking for great Mexican food, I would highly recommend checking out Parandos. You will thank me later. So let's check out the home prices in Goose Creek Village. So Goose Creek's gonna feature townhouse-style condos, and they start off in the mid-$400,000s, and they get all the way up to $750,000. And then townhomes are gonna start off in the mid-$600,000s and go all the way up to $850,000. And then single-family homes are gonna start off right at that $1 million price point, and they go all the way up to $1.2 million, which actually makes Goose Creek one of the most affordable neighborhoods on this list. You're also gonna find some great amenities like a clubhouse with swimming pool, tennis courts, and playgrounds for the kiddos. So I literally could not think of a major con with Goose Creek Village. Now, does that mean it's the best neighborhood in Ashburn? No, it does not. But if you're looking for a newer neighborhood with convenient living in terms of your shopping needs and community needs and a really good price point, then Goose Creek Village may be exactly what you're looking for. So you can't go wrong with any of the neighborhoods on this list. And if you really want to find out if one of these neighborhoods is going to fit exactly what you're looking for, that's why you got to reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I get your back when you're moving to Ashburn. And if you want to continue your research on what it's like living right here in Ashburn, check out this video right here. I do a full map tour of the whole Ashburn area, and you're not going to want to miss it. And I'll catch you on the next video.